Hi, my name is Yanakis Marte, and today I'm going to be focusing on the topic whether fast food is really a negative impact towards our health and the problems that we're having today in America. To start off, fast foods. It's everywhere we go, we can't avoid it, and because of that, it has become a convenient for us to just grab a quick bite and just stop there before we head to work or go to school. However, because it's so convenient and the cost of how low it is for us, we just automatically think, yes, just because it's quick and it's a good quick bite to eat, we rely on those aspects. However, do we really know what we're consuming when we eat those fast foods? In my PowerPoint, I'm going to be describing the negative effects it has on our health, as well as how the chemicals they're putting into these foods are not really something we should be consuming, and ways we should prevent these things from happening and causing us a shorter lifespan. So to start off, the chemicals and processed foods that are being given to us is not really something we should be consuming. In definition, according to nutritionist Maria Alba, her processed foods are just foods that we don't really know what the ingredients are being in, as long as it tastes good. It alternates the taste and level and everything that is surrounding that concept just so it can taste good, no matter how bad it may be for us or how good it may be. Having it such at a convenience and a low cost, according to National Bureau of Economic Research, over time, the same period, fast food places have more than doubled in the amount throughout the century, which is a main leading cause as to why we have so many deaths in America. Not saying that fast food is at fault for the deaths in America. However, it is a main contributor because the three top main deaths in America are all because of either diabetes, cancer, or heart disease. As we continue on, we see that McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's, places like that don't really have us at the best interest. We can also see that even documentaries such as Super Size Me, I'm pretty sure many of you have seen it because it was a big topic a few years ago when it came out. However, if you really watched it, and if for those of you who haven't, it was basically a documentary that showed us how this one individual lived off of Big Macs. All he had was Big Macs every day for lunch, breakfast, and dinner. However, the amount of calories that you are consuming when you do that and the effects it can take on your body is not good at all. Yes, the individual at that moment in the documentary looked fine, looked skinny, wasn't even overweight. However, give him a year or two, that weight will be put on and the health issues will go up. As well as, according to research, the negative impacts that food has on our health is cardiovascular disease as well as cancer. However, cancer is only 1/3 just because of poor dieting. Also, we have type 2 diabetes and we have obesity, a major factor for fast foods, and strokes. In this chart over here, we have the number of deaths for leading causes in America. I'm not sure if you can see it, but the main one right now is heart disease with the leading 647,457 people, following by cancer, accidental injuries, chronic lower respiratory, strokes, and diabetes. Now, why isn't it healthy? Well, to start off, it causes health issues that are the main leading causes in America. It contains too much fats, too much oils, too much salt, which our body cannot really digest correctly. or even efficiently at that matter. Any type of fat is technically, too much of it is too bad for our body. Yes, there are unsaturated fats and they're saturated, but the good fats and the bad fats are two different things. And what we see from processed foods and that are in fast food restaurants are mostly the bad fats. They also use preservatives, and they are not fresh. They're not organic. They're not GMO free. None of that. It's all frozen processed foods. Now, facts. Obesity within us health has become a recurring problem from 1990 till 2013, with now 60% of the Americans, adults, considered obese or overweight. Obesity is the main cause to health problems, and it can affect our muscles, our blood system, and our flow, and lung and kidney. There is a very popular book that came out, Fast Food Nutrition, The Dark Side of Fast Food by Eric Schlosser. This book is very popular in the fast food industry and to others who are interested, just because it is very clearly stated the negative effects of fast food and how everything is made. Eric really goes into depth and does his research on everything and does see that if we continue on the track that we are going, having fast food every day and consuming these malnutrition foods, our entire America will end up obese by 2021. And that would be considered 70% according to the Centers of Diabetes and Prevention Center. On any given day in the United States, an estimated 36.6 or approximately 84.8 million people were consuming fast food, according to Cheryl, who works in the New York Times as a restaurant publisher. Overall, 31.7% of lower income, 36.4% in the middle income, and 42% of higher income adults said that they have eaten fast food during 2013 to 2016. That is a huge portion, because you see the difference of how many people eat healthy foods and which don't. It's just our go-to type of food, you could say. As we continue on, now, think about what you're eating. Do you think it's a healthy option? Do you think you rely too much on Uber Eats or Postmates? Is it really healthy? Is it really good for you? Yeah, you might not be going to the gym and exercising every day, but the things that you consume are a main portion of your diet. I, myself, have thought of ways to prevent these foods, and I've done my research, and the ways you can prevent it is by eating fruits and vegetables. Yes, that is not be many people's first choice. However, having fruits and vegetables is or should be a part of our daily diet, especially having green, red, or orange foods. Those are critical because they help in eye vision, hair, metabolism, anything along those lines. We need a good portion of every single thing. Also, looking into foods that are GMO free, who are organic free. All those type of things that are free range or stuff like that will help our community become better and our health in general. Also, consider accounting for your intake of calories. The average person should have at least 1,200 to 1,500 calories a day, just depending on your weight or even the BMI level, whatever the case is. But it should be 1,200 to 1,500 calories. Also, when you go to the grocery store the next time and you think about buying something, I suggest you look at the nutritional facts label, whether it's on the side or the back, and check every percentage of every ingredient that is in there. Check the saturated fats, the unsaturated, the total calories within one serving. Also, check the sodium, potassium, iron. Check all those things and see, is it really beneficial for your health and your daily diet? Now, the diets of today, the main ones are keto diets, the vegan diet. Many people I've heard have been trying, although it may not be easy because it does cut out a lot of things that you would normally eat, the normal person would eat. However, there's also the DASH diet, which is basically combining the Mediterranean and the keto diet together. There's a flexitarian diet, which is a vegetarian diet that is flexible with certain things. There's always the Weight Watchers program that I'm pretty sure many of you have heard of. You just keep track of the calories you're taking, as well as doing some exercise and knowing your control. The portion is key. Always make sure that your portion that you are having for every meal is correct and will fit into your calorie intake for your daily portions. Now, if you really ask yourself at this point, after I have gone through all these materials, do you really think that your diet should be the way it is now, or should you do some modifications? Anything that will help you in the longer future from becoming obese or considered overweight, I suggest you consider it, just because fast food, yes, like I said before, it may be convenient. However, it is not, just because it's convenient doesn't mean it's good. There are also other points that I wanted to state before I close, is that there's an article by Ashley Henshaw, the major health hazards that are caused from fast foods. There's the cardiovascular disease, there's cancer, there's type 2 diabetes, there's stroke, and obesity. She has also found that there are primarily 8 chemicals that we are unaware of that are put into processed foods that they sell at fast food restaurants. Like names that you can't even pronounce correctly. When you see a name on a nutritional label and you can't even pronounce it yourself, just automatically know that ingredient is it's unnatural, it should not be in there, and it is unhealthy for you. So, for instance, the names that you can keep an eye out is for PHLIP, there's the PAPs, there's ammonium hydroxide, there's ammonium sulfate, there's lutetium, and many others. All these chemicals you can find it even in your cleaning spray bottles, you can find them in dish soap, you can find them in things where you would be surprised you would find them. Just because those ingredients should stay in the cleaning area rather than in your foods. As well as just being aware that fast foods isn't really, I'm not going against all fast foods, please understand me. I am simply just stating that just because it is convenient and it's cost efficient doesn't mean it's something you should be consuming. Yes, there is good, healthy fast foods, places like a new restaurant that has become very popular called Be Good. They are healthy to the extent they do sell salads, but even then, the dressing they use, how many calories is in it? Their burgers, how do they cook them? What ingredients do they use? Where do they get their burgers? Is it organic, free? These are all questions you should be asking yourself. Just because it's called Be Good does not mean, for instance, that is actually good for you. I have nothing towards McDonald's or Wendy's or people who eat those type of stuff. I myself personally stopped eating that type of food just because every day I would have it, I would see how it would affect myself individually. I would feel drowsy and lazy and tired all the time because it would drain the energy out of me. It would make me feel like I had no energy left to continue on with my day. But once I switched my diet and I started trying out this new diet called the keto diet, which is basically you're focusing on fats, but healthy fats. It's portioning your meals. It's knowing what exactly to consume. I've noticed a major difference. I did lose weight. That is not the main reason why I did it. I did it for my own health. I became more alert. I've had more energy throughout my day. I usually had to get a cup of coffee from Starbucks or something to stay awake when I was eating those type of fast foods that were not even beneficial for me. Now I find myself going weeks without having a cup of coffee. It all depends on the things you are eating today. Now, I want you to think about the things you're eating. And yes, you can have a cheat day here and there, but don't get so reliant on having McDonald's just on the way to work or going to Dunkin' Donuts and grabbing a coffee that has probably like 20 grams of sugar. You should consider, maybe I should save money and buy my own groceries, like start meal prepping. There are many ways to avoid these health issues that we are having today in America. And I hope that from my PowerPoint you have gained some sort of insight on how you should modify your daily intake and what calories you are consuming. Soon enough, I am loving it. It's going to have a complete other meaning to it. It can be in a good way or it can be in a bad way if you just continue on with that diet that you're having. However, I, for myself, hope that it's really good because I want you all to love the way you're eating. I want you all to love the way you look. I want you all to love the way you're feeling. Have the energy you need to continue on with your day. And just also be positive. Even though, yes, you might try a diet and you won't succeed in it the first time around, try another diet that suits you best. Like, just because the first one doesn't work out for you doesn't mean the others won't either. Thank you for watching this video.